Sono stato solo tutto il tempo.
Ti sbagli, saremo sempre collegati. Tu non sarai mai, mai da solo. Per garantirci un futuro, dobbiamo unire le forze.
La fine perfetta che l'umanità merita.
How are you? Welcome to the Stranding 2 on the Beach panel, where we will get a glimpse on how Kojima production is pushing boundaries in game development and continues. Can you hear me? Okay, now yes. So we will have a glimpse of how Kojima production is pushing boundaries in game development and continues to blur the line between video games and cinema. So, before we welcome our guests on stage, please no flash photography, per favore non fate le foto con il flash. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome our three guests on stage today. The game creator, Mr. Hideo Kojima. Turn the light on. You all know him like Nirvana. Please welcome on stage Luca Marinelli. And finally, we would like to welcome on stage our Lucy from Stranding 2 on the beach, Alissa Jung. Wow.
はじめまして。Ciao.
So, we have, thanks so much for being here today. We have a lot to unpack. But first of all, I wanted to congratulate with all of you for the release of Stranding 2 on the beach. So, and starting from Mr. Kojima, how does it feel that finally your work of ages, like yours, it's finally in our hands? We can play with that. How does it make you feel?
今回コロナがあったので、
This time we had the pandemic,
結構大変だったんですね。
so it was tough in development in a way.
ルカさんもアリッサさんもコロナの中でのスキ
Same
ャ
with
ンと
Lucca
撮影
and Alissa.
だったので、
We shot them during the
僕ら
pandemic.
も最初はリモートでやってました。
And at first we had to
ス
remotely
タッフ
do
とも
it.
リモートなんで、
Even with the
つな
staff
がる
was
ゲームな
all
のにリモ
remote.
ートでやってたんで、
So the game was about connection, but we were working remotely, so that was really tough.
皆さんとまたつなぎ
But
直
now
したと。
it's finished, and we're actually reconnected with the audience as well, the players, so I'm really happy. Thank you.
Luca, how's that for you? How does it make you feel?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, buonasera, grazie di essere qui. It's wonderful. It's for me, it's a dream come true because I remember myself as a 14 years old guy, like playing I giochi del maestro, and so it's a real dream.
Yeah.
That was part of the dream.
We're gonna get to that. Alissa, how was that for you?
For me, it's just wonderful now to be here all together again at a reunion after we shot it, and to be with you because it's really like a warm hug, and it's really, really nice being here.
So, we know that the game is about connection in a fragment world. So, what does connection means for you, Mr. Kojima, in 2025? And how does this concept evolve through that Stranding 2 on the beach?
まあ、DS1 が出て、
So I had DS1 released,
なぜかコロナが起こりました。
and the pandemic came in.
予知したわけじゃないんです。
I didn't predict that,
で、まあ、せっかく皆さんつなぎましょうって言
but
って、
I was saying, let's
ゲー
connect
ムが出て、
in DS1,
その直後にコロナがあって、
and then when the
まあ
pandemic
まさにデス
happens,
トみたいな世界になって
it became almost like the
その
world of
中
Death
で、ま
Stranding.
あ、孤立しながら、まあ、皆さんもそうでしょう
But I know everyone was the same. Everyone
続編を
was
作るという
solitude, and I had to
な
create
ったんですけど
a sequel.
やっぱ
during
り
this
リモー
pandemic,
トが
but
メインで会社に行っても
everything
スタッ
was
フはいま
done
せんし
remotely. There's no staff in the
まあライブも
office.
なくなって
There's no like live
でまあほぼ
concerts
一人で
anymore.
企画するわけですけど
So I was in the office all alone
ど
during
んどん
that
どんどん
time.
そのまあインターネットはあったので
And
まあ
since we had
メ
internet,
タバースみたい
that
な
was great. We went into like
まあ僕は東京にオフ
metaverse,
ィスがありますけど
and
ま
I
あ
have an
東
office
京
in
に住まなくて
Tokyo.
もいいってことになって
And a lot of people started to move out from Tokyo as well because it was like we could all work remotely.
これやっぱりちょっと違うんじ
But then
ゃ
I
ない
thought
かと
this isn't
人のコミュ
quite
ニケー
right.
ションってやっぱり実際に移
The
動して
human
本人
communication
に会って
is that we need to
その
move
間に
and
いろん
meet
なまあ
people,
匂いもあるでしょう
and
し
you feel the
温度
sense,
もある
the
でしょうし
smell,
そ
the
れを共有するっていう
temperature,
のが
and you
大切だと思ったの
kind
で
of feel that is what's
まあ
important, I
DS1
thought.
はつながりましょうっていうことだったんですけ
In
ど
DS1, I said, let's connect.
まああまりにもこうデジタルなつ
But
ながりっていうのが
this
本当に
pandemic,
それでいいのかってい
it
う
was
のを
all
まあ
digitally connected, so I
それ
thought,
をということで途中でまあ企画を
was
変
it
えました
really
コロナ
right?
の
So I
中で
kind of rewrote the concept in DS2 because of that.
And you know, it's so fun. We are here talking about connection. Last year edition of Lucca Comics and Games was about the butterfly connection, which means that a small event can change the course of the story. And it's really amazing that we are here on this stage for a butterfly effect, because you have watched Martin Eden and They Call Me Jig with Luca in it, and you decided that it was okay, that it was perfect for one of your projects. So what is the thing that made you say that Luca was perfect for the role of Nirvana?
まあジークはちょっとびっくりしました
Well,
まあ
Jig, I
悪
was
役だったんですけど
surprised. He was the
すごい
bad
俳優がい
guy.
るなと
But
思
I
って
thought, what an actor.
でその後まあマーティン・エディン見て
And after that, I saw
まあ映画
Martin
も素晴
Eden.
らしかったんですけ
And
ど
the movie was
まあル
great,
カさんも素晴らしくて
but Luca was really good.
でまあたまたまその映画のまあ日本公開
And
の
there
まあ
was
手
this
伝いをしたんで
release
すけど
of the movie in Japan, so I kind of wrote a comment
まあルカさん
about the
なんで
movie for
その
Japan.
担当者から僕のアドレスを聞いて
And the publishing house said Luca wanted my address, and I got a message from Luca saying, I'm your big fan, thank you for the
で
comment.
まあそこからですけど
So
まあ
after that,
DS2 の企画が
I
あっ
was
て
working on DS2,
でまあ前作のまあクリフっていう
and
の
the
がマッツ・ミケルセン
previous
なんですけど
DS1 had
非常に人気があって
a character called Cliff,
で
played
まあ
by
彼はもう
Matt
出せないのでスト
Mickelson.
ーリー上
And I couldn't
で
make
彼を
him
超え
come
る
back
キャラ
in
クターを
DS2,
出
so
さ
I
ない
need
とちょっとい
to
けなかったですね
create a character that is much more
で
powerful
も
than
のすごく
Cliff.
悩んだんですけ
So
ど
I was thinking, who should I
ふとまあ
cast?
ルカさんのことを思い出して
And then I remember,
ルカ
oh,
さんがおった
I saw Luca's movie.
で
There's Luca.
メールしたんです
So I kind of reached out to him,
でそこからです
and that's how we began to connect.
どうですかルカさんどうでした
So
ニール
everyone,
大好きでしょ
did you like Neil and Luca's performance in DS2?
I guess so.
なんかだから
So
僕がジーク見たのも運命みたいな感じがする
I feel destined that I saw the movie
当
of
然ジ
Jeek
ークは日本のアニメだった
because
んで
Jeek was
それで見た
Japanese animation, and I was interested
なんか
because
そう
of
いう
that.
縁をつながりを感じ
So
ま
I
す
feel a special connection with Luca of how we connected.
Luca, io solo una cosa voglio sapere, una. How does it make you feel this? You know, it's huge. Like there's this. I can process the emotion for you because I know how much is important for you. But how did you feel when the first approach with Mr. Kojima about developing the character of Neil, and what comes in your mind when you got the call and you say you gotta be in that Stranding too?
Okay, maybe I will skip that part of how I felt because there are no words really, because I was so moved, and I will sound now like a like this because there are no words. It's like it was crazy. I thought at the beginning it was a prank, like that's not possible. I mean, it's not. It's a fake news or something like this. But then when I realized that was true, I was like, yeah, we skipped that part. So it was crazy, really crazy. And maybe I never say really thanks to Kojima because of it, because I remember the day that he explained me the concept of the game, because I knew Death Stranding 1, but I didn't play at the game. But I knew it, I knew the name, and so he was explaining me how like the world was looking like and all the thing. And I remember he was explaining me the concept that he explained before. And I remember I was so moved because it was so powerful. It was a message of love to humanity, and I was really, really moved. I remember that I say goodbye that time to Kojima, and I almost I needed time to like to breathe it out and said, wow, what an amazing human being. Not also an amazing artist.
その時バンダナするとは言ってなかったです。
At that time, I didn't tell him that he's going to wear a bandana.
Yeah.
No, I remember that moment.
You remember
And
that
now,
moment?
now
wanna
you
share
have
with
to
us?
do like this with a bandana. I was like, what?
What? It's the same reaction that we have watching the trailer. I think I screamed and wake up all the building when I saw that scene. I was like, what? Really? A bandana? So how is that for you? What it means
I
to
can
you?
make sounds
What it means
now.
to us? Like, you know.
It was like this. It was really, I don't know what it was, a connection with myself 30 years before. So it was like, wow.
What? Okay. Stop. Alissa, your character is incredible. We won't spoiler too much of that, of course, but how was the first approach that you had with Lucy when you met her? And how did you create the connection with Mr. Kojima in developing me and the character development?
Yeah, first of all, it was for me as well like a huge honor to be able to meet Mr. Kojima and to be able to dive in this world and this fantasy. Because I mean, meeting a great artist is always so impressive, and it's really amazing. And then when I knew more about Lucy and all the backstory, I mean, Lucy is pre-game, right? She's not like she's in the game, but she's before the game. So it's an amazing honor to be kind of the base of everything, like and I really was honored. And then we talked a lot, and I tried to understand the whole world and the connection between Neil and Lucy, and Sam and Lucy, and her child. And I think where I connected maybe the most is, I mean, she's a loving person, so she's love more or less, but she's really she has a lot of love for her unborn child. No, even more for like. There are these two men, but the child is more important. and I could kind of understand this, and I really connected to this and developed more from this point, yeah.
And actually, now we have a clip for when you went to do the scan for Death Stranding 2, a behind-the-scene clip. Can we see it? Do you want to see it?
This is, we were working remotely because of the pandemic, as you see in the picture there. We weren't there in the location. This was like 3 years ago.
was Lucca's shock to see himself.
This is scanning, and we kind of it's not the actual costume, but it's like a reference costume. Yes. This is just for reference, it's not the final, as you know. I wanted to have this reference for the wrinkles of the cloth and things like that.
So it was really intense. I was like, for you, it's a question for the three of you, Mr. Kojima, if you want to start. How was like, you were saying that you were connected remotely, so at the beginning you have to work in that. How was complex at the same time easy to work with Luca and Alissa?
最初、ピッチしてオファーした時に
At first, when I pitched an
一緒に
offer,
行きますから
I said that I will go to the
まあ
scan
セルビア
session
で撮ったんですけど
because it's in Serbia. I said, we'll go.
ただちょっとソニーさんのちょ
But,
っとあれがありまして
you know,
もう
the
行かない
publisher, Sony, said we
リモー
couldn't
トでや
go
ります
because
っていう
it's
まあルー
pandemic.
ルがあったので
So there was a rule that we had to do
もう
remotely,
行けなかったんですけど
and I couldn't
非常
go.
にそれがちょっと
So that's
残念というか
kind of, I was
本当
bummed
は
about
向こう
that.
で一緒にやりたかったんです
Ideally, I wanted to be there and do it together.
And for you, how was that, you know?
I mean, actually, even if we weren't together in one room, we could feel that Kojima was there all the time and saying hi and supervising everything. So we didn't feel alone, I think. I mean, for us, it was the first time to do a body and a face scan, so it was quite impressive. It's like doing yoga for hours, and then you do face yoga for more hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
you agree.
yeah, no, because she said everything.
You agree with your wife.
I remember that I had a back pain, so I was like really suffering some moment. But that was the only moment that we were apart. So because of the distance, but because of the scenes and all the when we played, we were together. That was.
And how did you two connect with this character? They're really complex character. They really have different shades, and really, I think, as actors, really nice to dive in the personality when it's like that. So how did you create that bond together? I know you are husband and wife, but it's different when you are on set, right?
But it was helpful because we kind of like each other.
Just kind, not that much. Just okay.
And I mean, I think it's like with every project you do, you read, you talk with the director, and we try to understand Kojima's thoughts and try to understand the whole world. Tried. And then, for me, it was just like trusting Kojima, trusting Lucca, and being in the moment and being there.
So for me, the approach was like really like every other movie, because I met the director explained me his visions, and he presented the character, so I assimilate a lot of information, really a lot. Then, of course, I had to study a bit more, so I had to play that Stranding 1. So I played it quite a lot.
Were you good at that? Were you good at that?
But, I mean, I was a bit, how do you say, arrugginito, rusty.
Rusty, a little bit rusty.
Well, arrugginito, but I mean, I was doing my best.
You defended.
I remember the moment that I lost the motorbike, I was very upset. No, but it was amazing. And then we arrived there. I never think it could have been something different from a movie. And so I was there, and for me, I'm always thinking, I was on set with the director, there were like camera operator, there was everything. I mean, the only thing that was different was that it was kind of empty, and we had to imagine a lot of things that we could also check on some monitors. Like we could have seen how they were, how do you say, renderizzati, render.
Yeah, render.
Yeah, render. And so we could have had an idea of our costume, of the room, but then it was a movie. We were following the director, and it was really a lot of fun. And the costume, of course, they were maybe you will see it, they were quite peculiar, I would say.
このニールとルーシーの役はすごい
Well,
ベスト2の中で重要なんですね。
Neil and Lucy is a very important role in DS2.
すごく特殊で、
The connection, it's about connection, but their connection is quite special.
ゲーム中に
So the
散
flashback,
在するんですけ
you
ど、
get many
で子供時代も出て
parts
きて
of flashback
時
during
間
the
軸がちょっ
game,
とバラバラになって
and you see the childhood
でそ
of
こで2人の関係性を出さないといけない
and
んですけど、
Lucy,
まあ
and it's all mixed
ハリウッドであれ
up.
ばモノローグとか
But
ナレーションが入るん
In
で
a
すけど、
Hollywood
それはしたく
movie,
なかったんで
usually there's a monologue or narration there, but I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to just recreate that by the memory and the flashback, and I had to rely on them for their acting. I had no doubt that they would be good, and I talked to them on the set, and we did the rehearsal. And I thought, oh, I was right on choosing two of them. It was very difficult, not the dialogue, but the distance of Neil and Lucy was difficult because they had their own traumas. And when I explained that, they understood right away. It was a very difficult scene, but they did it so easily. So I'm very thankful to them.
Thank you.
We might have a clip of that. Do you want to see it? Un po' più di entusiasmo, ok? Ok, vediamo la clip.
Welcome. Have a seat. Over here, please. No smoking, please. So you are Neil Varner.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? For living?
I'm a porter.
So thank you. We're good for the day.
Okay. Thanks.
Neil.
What?
So you made it then?
Sorry.
You really don't remember me.
The girl. You're alive. Stop! 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 Stop!
Wow. Wow. It's not easy. It's like having all the arts together. It's like theater, watching live performance, and then you have the motion capture. So it's really incredible, and the performance. I mean, it's great. I have shiver, also if I play the game. So Alissa, I wanted to ask you. You're also a director. You're not an actress. So you have the vision about movies on all the different perspectives. Did this help you to, we have seen you have all the cables, all the wire and the dots, and you have to wear, something that it's hard to move on sometimes. So it's something about this experience that you wanted to bring into your future work. Did you learn something from set that helped you in the...
Yeah, I loved this experience. It was really, really amazing. And I think because I started as a child in doing radio plays. So it was just me and the microphone and my fantasy. And it remembered me because it was so much Kojima's fantasy joining like our fantasy together. And then, it was a bit like a theater play with this freedom of being able to feel everything, apart from these cameras in your face. These were a bit complicated maybe. But for the rest, I really felt freedom. And I really liked this. And I thought I want to keep this for all my future work, this freedom and expression. And I think what I really love about your work, Kojima, is that you really care about emotion and you really want the authentic emotion, and I think I do search this as well as a director and as an actress, so I really felt home and inspired by this.
Luca, same question. How was that for you? Do you want to bring something in your future experience? I think you were shooting in between, right? When you have to change also the physicality
no,
for the role?
The end. That was after.
It was after
I ended
M? Okay.
M, and then the scan was before. Yeah, the scan was before, and then.
How was to adapt to also this? To have all the wires, and do you want to bring something of that experience in your future project?
No, that was quite funny. I mean, because you see how we were looking like. So it was quite funny.
I think we are looking amazing.
You were looking amazing.
Come on.
I was a bit...
Right? They were amazing, right?
Grazie. Troppo buoni. No, but something that I think... Because, I mean, he's always laughing when I call him maestro, but is always... When you meet a maestro, it's really amazing to see something that I will really keep with me is the passion and the dedication. I think that's for me. It's really I learn so much. I always learn when I meet a maestro, and I'm so happy that we could work together. That was the best things. Yeah. Grazie. Arigato.
さっきのシーンね、ルーシーと
So the scene you
最初に会う
saw,
シーンなんですけ
it's
ど
the first time that Neil meets Lucy.
僕はどうやって撮ろう
I was
どうやって
thinking,
感情を出そう
how should I
ずっと考えてるん
shoot
ですけど
this? And I was thinking, how should I make it emotional? So I saw the set
ここからが本番というか
and
ここからが
I
醍醐味なんです
was talking to them.
二人ともアイデア
And this is the
出してくれる
exciting
んで
part where
そこで
when I talk to
見ていくん
them,
ですよ
they give me a lot of
で
ideas
最初ニールが
and I
来て
construct that at the
椅子
start.
座るの間違
So
えた
at first, Neil come in
あれ
and he sits
ルカさんの
down
アドリブ
on
で
a
す
different chair.
で
I didn't
間違
tell
えたん
Lucca
で
to do that. Luca actually said, Lucy is a little higher because she's a counselor, so she said, don't sit there. And Neil didn't want to come to the counseling. You could find out by looking at them. And then he's a little nervous, so he tried to put a cigarette in his mouth, and that was Luca's idea. But then Lucy said, no smoking here. So you now understand their relationship. And I was thinking about this and making previs, but I can't make all this. This is only possible when they come to the set and we talk and we discuss. And this was possible because we did this kind of collaboration. We can't never do this in just if I created it on CG.
Yeah. It's all about the connection you make with the people, on set, when you see in the eyes of them. And I'm curious to know, they are really complex character, and I know that you're a huge fan of movies as well. 70% of your body is made of movies, you say? So for the inspiration for the...
Yes, 70, half of the 70% is, I would say, Italian movies.
Wow. And so, did you get inspiration from great couples in movies to define the characters of Neil and Lucy?
Well, no, I didn't take any reference from anything. But these two have met in a special way. I don't want to spoil for the people who haven't played the game, but they met in a special way. Neil, they met when they were a child. I don't know how much I could explain. So Neil kind of abandoned Lucy during the childhood, and Lucy a little older than Neil. And then you have the mark on your hand of cancer, and after years they meet, but both of them have the trauma. The other, one is the one where he abandoned her, and Lucy was the one that was abandoned. And Lucy became a counselor, and Neil became like a smuggler. But then I want to ask everyone, when they said that they want to escape to Mexico, is like, I want people to think, where did Alissa do it for the baby, or did Lucy and Neil wanted to do because of their love affair? I have a lot of experience as well, but not like this. So they kind of created their relationship, their connection with Lucy and Neil. So in DS2, that distance between the two of them was so important, and they did it magnificently.
So I'm asking you if you have some reference, or how you take off your private life from the set on that, the relationship that you have at home, but were you inspired by great couple? It's a tragic story in a certain way,
I don't have famous couples as inspiration as well. I think it's more about listening to Mr. Kojima and understanding what he was looking for in the relationship, what he was thinking that has to be there for the story. And then, of course, it's creating your own ideas and maybe as well memories. I mean, I think I'm 44. I already left a person. I already was with a person. I have my own experiences, but I have experiences of good friends as well. So it's always for a role. It's like you start to collect everywhere something which could fit for the character. And yeah, it's not our story, so it was quite easy to separate this from our private life. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say almost the same. So as you say, sottoscrivo. subscribe.
yeah.
I signed to it. No, but I also want to thank, because I think we played, like, in a way, for me, like two heroes, no? Because for me, Neil is a hero, because for me, a hero is someone that is just doing things because of love. And so I love this kind of character, I love this kind of relation. Of course, we use something from our love, maybe, because I really love to hug her. So maybe it was a good scene, that one. No, but, and it was also very, that was, I think that Kojima gave us also the opportunity to play together again, because that was the first time the second time that we met after a lot of years. And so
different
that
roles,
was the
actually.
Sorry?
Different couple. You were playing Maria and Joseph.
Yeah, but
Giuseppe.
that was
back in
long
the day.
ago.
14 years ago.
Yeah. And then after that, I played in her movie. Then I asked her to play in my play. So that was the starting point, because of love. That's really important.
And I mean, you cannot. Actually, it was a beautiful ending. But what I forgot to say, that what I loved about the two characters is that they are so complex. I mean, we like them, we love them, but they are doing mistakes as well. So, and I feel a lot of love for human beings who are allowed to fail, and we still love them in a certain way. So I think this is a great aspect of Kojima's work, that these characters can actually be real human beings with mistakes, with love, with everything.
During performance capture, you see the suit and all these balls on the suit, and we capture the camera, the face on the camera, and also the sound of their dialogue. We do all the expressions. But when I look at it, they were not just grasping that data, but they had their soul in it. And I always shoot this performance capture in a Sony studio. There's a lot of times where Mads came or Norman came, important scenes. But some people sometimes are not really, there's like, the makeup people and things, some people don't really care what we're doing sometimes. But when they were performing, everyone came closer to see their scene, and some were crying. So technology-wise, capturing everything like movement, expression, and sound, but that scene was we added a little bit more. Something we couldn't see was captured. Their emotions was captured, and that's because of them. And I want to thank you. I want to thank them because of their great performance.
And since we're talking about emotion, and you mentioned a bandana before, did you have the footage when you told him that he was going to wear a bandana? Like the reaction that he had?
Well, he has a scarf, right, in the first place. And the previous DS1 cliff scene had a real cool scene, so I had to top that in DS2. So when Lucca came to shoot as Neil, we were doing some rehearsals and stuff. And I thought, there's something missing. So I thought that maybe, grasp the, handkerchief and put it like a bandana. So I didn't really think much, but it went really well. I just put that idea out, and he did it. I didn't want to make it snake, or that was not my intention, but it was just.
But Mr. Kojima, you had on set, as you were saying, Alissa and Lucca. but there are a lot of also great actors in Death Stranding 1 and 2. And some scene, without spoiler, I know that you play the game, but we won't spoiler, but in the end it's like absolute cinema. Can I say that? Can I do the meme? So what is the best practice? Like, how do you make that possible, that to create that environment that you were talking about before among the actors to create this amazing performance?
Well, I think it's the trust that we have to have. Like, I have to suit them up in this weird suit, right? So I need them to trust me. And in a game, I can't give all the scenario of a game because I'm making the game, and we shoot at a time, so they don't know the whole picture yet when we first shoot. So we shoot in sequences. But usually some actor will say, will not feel comfortable because they don't see the whole picture. But I talk to them a lot, and we go out for dinner. And doing all that is to just make a bond and trust between each other. And that's the most important things. For us, it takes like 4 years to create. Like, after we scan Lucca or Alissa, the staff has been working on their faces for like 2 years after scanning. So you have to love these actors, right? So I always want to work with the actors that I want to work because of it, because it's a long process too. And the trust is very important. Not just technical thing, but that trust is what I think it's most important.
And Mr. Kojima, with your work, you always anticipated the present and predict a little bit the future. We won't ask you to predict the future right now, but what is for you, what video games should mean today? It's something that it's like they have to entertain, they have to make us reflect, they have to change society. What video games means to you, the use of video game in our life?
I grew up watching movies or reading books, and the world doesn't become a better place, and you feel like when you're a child, you feel so dark about a world sometimes. But for me, when I was a child, there wasn't really good role models around me. So what helped me was like movies. So I see the characters or the dialogues or the theme of the movie really cheer me up. But I thought that gave me energy to live on. So I want to return that, and that's one of the reasons I create games. So if someone plays my game, and after a few years feel like okay, I wanna live on because I played this game and it cheered me up, that will be the most happiest thing that I would feel, because I put that thought when creating the game. But there's so many things of entertainment, but the game is so, you could go into it, it's so immersive. And you play like hundreds of hours on games, so if I ask the person to spend hundreds of hours of their life and they are relieved with stress or whatever, that's fine too, but I also want to give them something through my game. Like, there are Lucca and Alissa's relationship in the character of the game, you feel something. And if you could use that in your real life and become happy, that's my goal. And of course, I haven't reached to that point, but that's how I think when I create my games.
I think we reached that. Thank you, Mr. Kojima, for sharing this to create. You did it, right? They love you. They say that they love you.
Well, call me big brother, not father, okay?
Yeah. But as you were saying this, and it's a question for the three of you, I wanted to start with you, Mr. Kojima. We were talking about how difficult it is to create art, to connect with people, to create something that is unique and independent. We are saying that we all here loves video games and movies, and I think that the two industries are really connected together. So do you believe that to create something that is really has meaning and is independent, you need to self-produce it? Because we were talking about They Call Me Jake. It was a movie that if it wasn't self-produced, wasn't like being able to reach the public all over the world. So what do you think about this aspect for the video game?
Yes. In my days, when I was young, you had to be in a company because we didn't have any tools to develop. And you can't do everything by yourself. So you had to belong to an organization and create a game. But if you're an organization, it means that there's a rule that you have to obey when you create something. So you can't be 100% selfish creative. But everyone these days, you're in a digital society. You have a camera. You could even film a movie with an iPhone. You could edit with your smartphone. Or there's a game engine out there. Or you could do VFX and CG making now. In my days, the editing machines was like so expensive, but recently it's, it's not so expensive, and you could have like a friend act, and you could, create your own movie. And this is the key part. When I was a child, there was nowhere to present this. So when I was writing a book, I didn't know how to present or show to anyone. You write it on a paper, you bring it to a publishing house, and you have to negotiate, or you have to win an award. But these days, you could edit and put it on the internet, and everyone in the world could see it. So you could present something that you make, saying that I'm here, I'm creating this. You could shout out loud on the internet world, and that's a wonderful thing. And I want people to do that. If you want to create something, create, and you could announce, and you could present it, meaning you could connect with the world. And if it's really good, many people will contact you saying, let's make a movie or whatever. And that's a chance that you have to take. And the era of our future is independent, will be, everyone here today is, it's the prime era of the young creators because of this.
Alissa, what do you think?
No, I think he's absolutely right. I think, even for learning, the best thing is to just do it. Like in doing, you learn so much, and you learn as well if you want to do this or not, or if you want to create something. And I think creativity is one of a part of us all. So I think it's nice that everybody explores his own creativity. Your question was if there's just a way of creating art in self-produce. I think, unfortunately, often it's the way because of regulations, rules, and standards, and things, and people talking in. But if you are lucky and you find a nice group of people with the same vision, you can as well not just self-produce, but find the right people to do it with. But you have to be lucky, and it's I don't know the gaming industry. I guess it's really hard because there's so much time and money in it. For a small movie, maybe you can find a production company who's really willing to follow your vision and to follow the director's vision. But yeah.
What can I add more?
Well,
No, because everything is
maybe
right.
I can add that I really like people who, like Kojima, do just say, okay, I will do it on my own because you don't understand what art is. I really, really have a lot of respect because it's so much work and it's so honest with yourself and it's so true, and I really love this. I mean, you did movies like this as well, and they are beautiful movies.
Yeah. And they gave start to everything. Like Jigs gave start to everything. And we were
that
talking
was a
about
movie
this.
that Gabriele self-produced, but also Non essere cattivo, Don't Be Bad. It was another movie that they couldn't exist now.
And there are two, I can say that. You
No,
are humbled, but there are two of the best movies that we have in 10 years in Italy. So,
Grazie.
if it was
but I think that, I don't know, maybe I'm just saying stupid things, but the most important thing is that we are doing something because we want to share something. Art, I think, is for sharing, is not because we are doing for ourselves. So please share, as Mr. Kojima said, please share and be brave, because we are beautiful and we are creators and we have to share. And then I want to, because it's my first time here and in Lucca, and I mean, there is this I love this community, really. It's wonderful, it's beautiful.
we speak the same language, even if we don't speak the same language.
Ah no,
like
pensavo che mi stessi
Japanese,
dicendo
English.
parla in italiano.
Ah no,
perché
vuoi parlare in
parlo-
italiano, vuoi dire italiano? Everybody
Grazie.
loves Luca, and they say that in Italian. But this is the perfect example of how all the Lucca comics and games blend together. That Stranding is a video game, it's a movie, it's a art, it's everything, and we are here sharing this emotion and we connect. That is the theme of the video game. So.
And I just want to add something, because there is a line of a song that I love that said,
You want to sing for us?
No.
No. Come on, I know you can sing.
It takes guts to be gentle and kind. Quindi secondo me questo è perché ci sono, because I just saw elegant, gentle and brave people here, so I think it takes guts to be like this. Basta.
Basta. And unfortunately, we have to wrap soon, but I have a last question for Mr. Kojima. And through your work, you constantly highlight the importance of integrating all forms, as we were saying, entertainment, games, cinema, music, art. Why do you think it's still essential to send this message?
This is the first time I'm in Lucca as well.
イタリアは歴史もありますし、
And
まあ
Italy has so much
特にアートの歴
history
史は
and has
すごい
great history and art as well, this
それって
country.
実はつながってて、
But it's
まあ
all
絵画も
connected
彫刻もずっとあって
from
ミ
the
ケランジェロとか
painting,
もあって
Michelangelo's
これが
statues,
今ゲームとコミックに
and it is connected to nowadays games and comics. Because when I was a child, I was called like a nerd, and gamers were called geeky people. But recently, this has gone away. So be confident that you love games and comics. The art belongs to you now, to you, everyone. So absorb everything you love, and if possible, create yourself. And if you can't do by yourself, as you could have friends create together, and you present that, and people who sees might be a follower, they might be the creators, and this is all continuous. So that's why I want everyone to create things. Going back to Lucca, I was so surprised being here. Everyone, small kids to old people, are all cosplaying or in a t-shirt. They all look fun. So I thought this Lucca is, I don't know how to say, but I feel it's right, this atmosphere. So I felt like I want to come back again.
I guess you're welcome. I guess you're welcome here every.
Thank you.
I guess you're welcome here and every time you want to come back. And please come back. Actually.
Grazie Eva.
Grazie a voi. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Mr. Hideo Kojima, Luca Marinelli, Alissa Jung. Thank you for following the streaming online to be here. And I remember that if you haven't played with Death Stranding 2 on the beach yet, it's available exclusively on PlayStation. You will find it on the store, on the local store. And thanks. And we have time to take a photo together. What do you think? You want to take it? You want to take a photo?
Grazie.
Grazie. Eccola, eccola.